Hi, welcome to my video series, Changing the Way We Look at Stuttering. I'm Barbara Dam. I am a board-certified specialist in fluency and have been working with people who stutter for decades. I also wrote the book, Dynamic Stuttering Therapy, and this is really the basis for the video series that I'm giving today. It has been really exciting working with people who stutter, and I want to share this with you so that you will all enjoy working with people who stutter as much as I do. So what we're going to be discussing today is based on what we discussed in previous videos. In the first video, we talked about the goals of therapy. In the second video, I talked about the speech system and what goes into producing speech for all of us. In the third video, I discussed what people who stutter do that interferes with the normal process of speaking. And today, I want to discuss some of the mind factors that go into speaking. And so many people who stutter know that they could be alone in a room and they're doing just fine. They're able to speak. They don't feel that speaking is a problem for them. But then they just go out and speak to somebody else and they have difficulty. So it seems to them that they have a social problem. But really what's going on is these thoughts that go into their minds subconsciously when they are speaking to other people cause them to change the way the brain is actually producing speech. Now, I define the mindset of speaking as is a state where subconsciously the person has the need or desire, intent to produce speech in a way that interferes with its normal flow. And this, of course, is not intentional. And so what we have to do in therapy is bring up what the thoughts are, what the perceptions are, and what is subconsciously going on in our clients that make speaking to themselves or speaking with children a different process than speaking to friends, their boss, strangers, whatever. It's not just an emotional problem. It can be emotional. We can have fears that go along with speaking, and perhaps the person has stuttered in a certain situation one time in their life, and that memory sticks with us. And it's so natural for us to remember the situations that were difficult for us, that made us feel not so good. We tend to remember those really a lot. So one of the things that we have to do is to help the person realize that the memories that they're holding on to are part of the past, and we can help them become more present and realize that they can change the reality by changing the way that they're thinking. Maybe by changing even the way they look at the past memories. There are many perceptions of speaking that go on into a person when they're going to speak in, let's say, an important occasion. So perhaps the thought is, oh, I have to perform. Speaking is a performance, and I have to make sure that my performance is really good. So we can help our clients change the perception and stop looking at speaking as a performance. rather than just as really a mundane activity that they are capable of carrying out just like everyone else. And that is really a point that I haven't made yet, is that people who stutter are capable of using their system correctly. It's not that they're always doing it, but if you can do it when you're alone, then you can do it. It's not like some of the problems that we as speech pathologists work on, for instance, aphasia, where there is some kind of damage to some neurological systems. In stuttering, there isn't that problem, even if there is a tendency to produce speech in a different way, maybe because of brain function or even brain structure, but they still have the ability to produce all of the components of speaking correctly, and they do it some of the time. So we have to look at the perceptions, the memories, the beliefs, what the person feels. Very often our clients are afraid to speak. And this is because what is fear? It's fear of the unknown. And they have a big unknown. Am I going to be able to say this word? That can be really fearful for them. Fear of rejection. Fear that they're going to be laughed at or thought of in a negative way somehow just because they have a block. So there are lots of fears that go into how the system is going to work. And we can't treat the system separately from the mind. We can't treat the mind separately from the system, because if we just become mindful and give up, we might start using correct processing. And I know people who have done this. However, for most people, the neurological habits that they've gotten into are so strong that even if mindfully they let go of all control and they realize that speaking is an automatic process, most of them have habits that need to be treated as well. So here we have, in this video, we've talked about some of the mindful factors that go into speaking: memories, beliefs, fear, perceptions. These things go along with the normal processing and can affect it in a positive way or a negative way. In the next video of this series, I'm going to talk to you about how you, the clinician, can help your clients get to use their system, all of it, working together to make speaking a really pleasant experience for them. So we'll discuss the therapy environment and how we as clinicians can help our clients achieve their goals. See you in the next video. And if you really want to even know more about this, I am going to be doing an online course which will be starting on the 4th of March. This is going to be an interactive online course where we will be meeting in my Zoom room, and I will be teaching you about all of these concepts in depth, answering all of your questions. You will have an opportunity to interact and to become the clinician who will be able to help your clients understanding the criteria, that are important for a clinician to be looking at and seeing the best way to guide them. So I hope you'll join me and learn even more about how we can look at stuttering in a different way and really help our clients to achieve their goals. Hope to see you there. If you're interested, by the way, you can click on the link and get more information. Thanks.